Dragon's Adventures, you just hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. What are you gonna do next?
We're going to Disneyland.
This is Dragon's Adventures. Hey everybody, it's Andrew with Dragon's Adventures, and in today's video, we are gonna head over to Disney's California Adventure to check it out and spend the day here, and I'm gonna try to get it all to you in under 15 minutes. Now, Disney California Adventure was in development way back when I worked in the park in the 90s, and I actually got to see some of the designs for this. I had to sign an NDA and everything because where I worked at Disneyland, we would often in some of the conference rooms where some of these sketches were. So that's a fond memory I have of this park. Obviously, the park has changed a lot since then. I mean, it went under a complete multi-million-dollar retheme, right? I like the park. I liked it then. I like it now. Do I think it's an all-day park? No. Do I think it's worth the cost of admission? Not necessarily. But if you have a park hopper ticket, you can easily go spend part of your day here. Now, if you're a foodie, do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. And you know we're foodies. So we are going to have so much food today. We're going to go on a few attractions too. What I'm not going to do though is I'm not going to film inside the attractions. I think that would be a waste of time. There's plenty of POV videos you can check out there. This isn't one of them. All right, we're going to start our day at the PIM Test Kitchen because we're hungry, and we ordered the calculated breakfast, and it's got a really long name with a bunch of other letters after it that I'm not even going to remotely try to put in here. Just calculated breakfast. It's their breakfast platter here at the PIM Test Kitchen. Now, PIM Test Kitchen's located in the Avengers Campus. This was my first time visiting Avengers Campus. I think it's a really well-themed area. I think the immersion there is on par with Batuu in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Not quite there yet, but this is a newer land. It will get there eventually. I do think that the theming with this particular restaurant is super cool. The pretzel magnifying machine is pretty neat. All right, so here's this breakfast platter. Tater tots, eggs 2 ways, focaccia bread, some tater tots, I said that already, and bacon, right? It's a good platter. There's value here. It's about 16 bucks, and that came with a bottle of water. We split it. The eggs were kind of bland, so we added hot sauce and black pepper. The tater tots are on point. The focaccia bread's on point. The little miniature fried egg is cute and tasty. Look at it there. It was a novelty. This is definitely a novelty restaurant, but the food holds up to that novelty, and I think it's worth checking out if you're hungry in the morning. Right next door, actually within the same dining area, is the PIM Tasting Lab. Now, you're gonna go here for cocktails. They have a limited menu of cocktails. You can't just go here and order a Jack and Coke or something like that. These are specialty cocktails that are themed for this place. They're kind of pricey at about 20 bucks each, but you do get to keep the cup. The cup's plastic, but it's like a little PIM Labs beaker. It's kind of neat. Drinks are a little sweet for my tasting. They do have a honey whiskey fizz thing that was all right, if not a little sweet. And Alyssa got this one with the boba mango thing, which she actually enjoyed a lot more than she thought she would. It's a cool spot, and they have mobile order. If the line looks long, I highly recommend putting in a mobile order. You know, would I go here again? Yeah, probably. Am I gonna seek it out? No, probably not. Also, right here, while I'm on the subject, on Avengers Campus, which is what they call the Marvel Land here, I talked about immersion earlier, and it really has to do with the characters. So we were sitting there eating, and a bunch of Avengers came out on the roof of this building above the Avengers Vault and put on a little show for us. At one point, we took photos with Black Widow. She's obviously, Scarlett Johansson. She's my favorite. And I thought that was cool. And Loki, we saw him roaming around at one point during the day, which I also thought was super cool. And the guy that they get to play Loki was amazing at it. The cool, like elements here, like this Avengers Jeep. It's just a Jeep parked with an Avengers logo. There's literally nothing special about it. It doesn't do anything. It's just cool to look at. This little thing by this weird area for Doctor Strange. I don't know what they actually do in this area. Nothing happened while we were there. We think it might be like a meet and greet area, but this little globy looking thing glows. Just stuff like that. There's stuff to look at. And that's how I feel over in Batuu. There's stuff to look at. Oh, and make sure you stick around and catch the Spider-Man show. It takes place just on the rooftops of the buildings here in Avengers Campus. It's a really cool show. It does crowd very easily, but it's above, so don't feel worried if you have a bunch of people standing in front of you. Be able to look up and watch this show. It's really cool. The actors do a pretty nice job, and then the robot is one of the coolest pieces of technology I've ever seen. Before this land opened, I watched a bunch of behind the scenes videos about how Disney actually created the technology for this in motion audio animatronic. It's amazing. All right, then we headed over to what used to be the like San Francisco Wharf area, rethemed for Big Hero 6. So it's the San Francisco Square, I think is how you say it. I'm really not sure. It's basically just a dining location with a couple different spots to dine, but they do have that really cool boudin sourdough tour because you get free sourdough, and who's gonna say no to that? I like the retheme here. I've only seen the movie once. I thought it was pretty good. It's not my favorite thing, and I feel like if you haven't seen the movie, this isn't gonna make a lot of sense. There you go, San Francisco. That's how you say it. Anyway, then we went over to Pixar Pier. This used to be called Paradise Pier back in the day. We headed over to Bayside Brews for some beers and a stuffed pretzel. This is the cheese and jalapeno stuffed pretzel. We had remembered this being a delicious snack from years ago. We were a little worried it was going to be cream cheese filled because it used to be. This one in particular, though, is a processed cheese, like an American cheese with the jalapenos. We did still take a lactose pill just to be safe, but I think if you're lactose intolerant, you're probably okay with this one. It's tasty, it has shrunk over the years, but it still costs the same price, so what are you gonna do? We headed over to my favorite gal's attraction, Little Mermaid, and I don't mean Alyssa, I mean The Little Mermaid. This is my favorite Disney animated movie, so I have to ride that. We had a lightning lane for web slingers, so we headed back to that. I'm kind of shocked that this isn't a single purchase lightning lane. Not my favorite ride. It's a little painful to play, but if you're young, it's probably fun. We went to Shawarma Palace just outside for a New York's Tastiest. And that's not like my opinion, that's actually what the dish is called. It's a shawarma. I've never had shawarma before. It's tasty. It's pita, chicken, and then a coconut yogurt tahini sauce kind of thing. It's a good bite. And it's inexpensive for what you're getting, I think. It's pretty big for what you're getting. We did share this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're just looking for a grab and go, walk around kind of snack, I think this is a great place to start. I think there's value here, and I think it's a little tastier than some of the other things that you're going to eat as far as a grab and go snack goes, like a hot dog or something like that. We headed over to Lampline Lounge Boardwalk Dining. So this is the one that doesn't take pre-reservations and only does walk-up reservations. But it was actually closed, except they were still doing cocktails, which we were very grateful for because we were interested in having a cocktail that wasn't sweet and wasn't beer and was just something different. So we were able to grab these cocktails and take them over to a seating area and enjoy them. You could not sit in the actual Lamplight Lounge Boardwalk area on this particular day, so we went all the way back to where we had the pretzel. Then we're going to ride the Incredicoaster, and we, of course, had a lightning lane for this because that's the only way to do it. This line has gotten crazy. This ride has blown up over the last few years. It's my favorite ride in this park, I think. We'll see. Then we headed over to Carthay Circle Lounge. This is much like the Lamplight Boardwalk Dining. You don't do reservations for this one, you do walk-up, right? This is their outdoor alfresco area. It's a limited menu, but it's located right there on the street. So, you get the fresh air, you're still getting the same great service. You just have to know that you might have to wait to get seated. And that's not really that big of a deal to us. We only waited about 10 minutes to get seated on this particular visit. If you can time your visit over to Carthay Circle Lounge appropriately, you might even catch a glimpse of the parade. Whatever parade's happening. This particular time we were there during Lunar New Year, so we got to see the Lunar New Year parade going by. You can see it there going behind me. It's a really cool experience. We had front row seats and we didn't even need to reserve them. The food here is great. The beverages there are phenomenal, but the service is where it's at. Yes, it's pricey. You're going to spend money if you go here. But we liked it so much that we actually went back the next day. We were over at Disneyland and we park hopped just to go have some cocktails at Carthay Circle Lounge. If you're there, go say hi to my friend Holly. Ask for Holly. She's amazing. And she'll take really good care of you. Tell her Braggins Adventure sent you. And if she looks at you funny, just tell her Bobo sent you. She'll know what it means. All right. We headed into the Hollywood portion of the park now. Um, it's getting later in the afternoon. We do have dinner reservations coming up, but we wanted to get some more stuff in. So we checked out the animation building. It was a little crowded for our liking. And I'm really upset that they took out the Beast Library. That was a cool attraction, guys. This is one of my favorite spots in Hollywoodland because it's a nice place to get out of the sun or the rain, depending on what day you're there. I think it's cool and it's got some immersive elements. I thoroughly enjoy learning how to draw characters. That's one of my favorite things doing there. Other than that, though, your kids might be bored if they're not into the meet and greets. And they don't like waiting in long lines because the queues for everything here is not totally immersive. You're just in big open space. It's kind of dark. It can be kind of loud. There's a lot of people. I don't know. I guess it depends on the age of your kids. But the animation building in Hollywood, it's pretty cool. It's worth your time if you got time to kill, if that makes any kind of sense. Just outside and across the way is Award Wieners. We went here to grab the Uptown Chili Dog. This is something I used to eat there all the time, and it's been several years since I've had one, so I thought I would give it a try again. I think it's a pretty decent price for what you're getting because it does come with fries, and it's a pretty big hot dog. It's also fairly tasty. It's a chili dog, guys. I don't want to like venture out and say you can't really mess up a chili dog, but you can. But it's pretty tasty, and the Fritos on top, that makes it. That makes the whole thing. Chili, cheese, Fritos, can't go wrong. It's a good hot dog. It's good for the money. Go grab it if you happen to be over there. We also headed over to the Hollywood Lounge because I wanted to try the pickle michelada, which I absolutely loved. Alyssa got this like margarita drink. It tasted pre-mixed like from a can, so I would steer clear of that. But the pickle michelada over here, it was a tasty beverage. If you happen to be over in this half of the park, this is next to the Monsters Inc. ride. And you like pickles or you like micheladas, this might be worth your time. I thought it was fairly tasty. All right, we headed back over to the Pixar Pier. A lot of hopping back and forth today because we had a bunch of food we wanted to try. We went to the Adorable Snowman. We wanted to try the It's Chili Lime Mango Margarita. This is an alcoholic version of their non-dairy mango soft serve dish. And yes, I do want to stress non-dairy. This place has all non-dairy stuff. So if you're lactose intolerant, you can totally have this. If you're vegan, I'm pretty sure this is all vegan here as well. So this is a margarita version of that. So it's a soft serve, and I'm pretty sure they just pour a shot of tequila and some margarita mix in the bottom. It's awful. Don't ever get this. This is the worst thing I put my mouth inside Disney's California Adventure. Would I get it again? Absolutely not. Would I recommend you get it again? Absolutely not. I like all of the ingredients in theory, but the way they do it or something, maybe the margarita mix was the funny thing in there. I don't know, but it was terrible. Don't get it. All right, we took a wait in a line at Pixar Pal Around. We went ahead and decided to do standby for this because it said it wasn't that long, but it was actually like 45 minutes. We stepped out of the park for a dinner reservation with the entire Braggins Adventures crew at Storytellers Cafe at Grand California. And this is a dinner buffet. You could check out the Quick Stops video review from April 11th, which I'll link at the end of this one. But in short, don't ever go here. It sucks. All right, we went back into the park to catch Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout. We had a Lightning Lane 4. This is probably one of the coolest rides I've ever been on. I've been on it before. It's amazing. Absolutely do it. All right, guys, that was our day at California Adventure. We had such a good time that we became Magic Key holders, so you'll be getting lots more Disney content coming up in the future. If you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you know when we're releasing new videos. If you liked today's video, give us a thumbs up. It really helps out with the algorithm. Also, find us over on social media, TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook. Use @BragginsAdventures all the way across all services. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye!